Headbangers Ball Dynamo Festival Special Part 2, bringing you all the action from the Sunday of this great festival. Brilliant lineup, as we've been seeing. I'm sure you'll agree. Now, the weather may have deteriorated a little bit, but I'm sure that's not going to put the dampers on the headlining act tonight, Mercyful Fate. And I'm joined by Henk and Michael. So welcome to you guys. And I was going to say that this is going to be a big bang gig for you, coming back with Mercyful Fate, but in fact you did play just a little tiny small gig with Metallica a few days ago, didn't you? Tell us about that.
Yeah, we had this invitation from Metallica to play in as a warm-up in Denmark, where they were playing in Gentofte. Right. And of course we accepted that, so yeah. So that was a very great experience for us.
Just 30,000 people, so it wasn't very big.
Small one.
So that was actually the world premiere of this comeback with Mercyful Fate, and and now we are playing Dynamo tonight. And this was 10 years ago. It was the same country, the first country we played in when we were playing, 10 years ago. So this is, very like home, the second home for us. Yeah, that's great.
What comes around goes around.
Sure.
So when you disbanded Mercyful Fate 10 years ago, you said it was because you couldn't continue with the intent of the band, that you didn't want to compromise. So why is it now right for you to get back together?
I think at that time it was due to musical differences, sure. And then I have been playing some other bands. I have been playing a band called Sherman together with Michael, and then we just started to compose in a more harder way, more harder heavy metal. And since we had a 1-year break off with Sherman and King Diamond had been inactive for about 3 years, it was it felt very natural to just join the troops together again.
Well, we should actually mention that King Diamond isn't actually participating in the interview because he's got a little bit of a sore throat. He's saving his voice for tonight. But maybe, Michael, what do you think, can I just ask you this, what do you think that King Diamond got out of King Diamond that he wasn't able to do in Mercyful Fate, and vice versa?
It was mainly because of the musical differences. We started writing songs very different, me, Henk and King. So he had to make a decision, to carry on with the stuff he liked. So that's the reason why we had to split.
Okay. Well, we'll talk a little bit more in just a moment, but right now I think we'll just have a quick look at a video featuring King Diamond in solo mode, and then we'll be back with Henk and Michael in just a moment. Henk and Michael from the newly reformed Mercyful Fate are still with me on the Headbangers Ball. You've got a new album out called In the Shadows. We'll talk about that in just a moment. But did you feel that it was important for the credibility of Mercyful Fate to reform with as many of the original members as possible?
That would be the most comfortable. We have been very good friends and still are very good related to each other. So it was not, a demand. It was
so clear from the beginning, that because we're all friends, we've seen each other during the years, and it was very easy to get the guys together again,
So was it a case of reinventing the band and its concept, or was it a case of taking up where you left off before?
Naturally, it has, just as we now can see what the new album sounds like. It's kind of just which. Took off where we left, kind of same composing style, same type of music, and just we have been developing a little more in our technical side, and yeah, sure. Right.
So from that respect, maybe you couldn't have made this album 10 years ago. So you've had like 10 years of experience to put into the new album, right? Do you feel it's kind of ironic now that you're coming back to compete with bands like Metallica, who were actually originally influenced by you? Is that kind of ironic?
I don't feel like heavy metal like a competition, we're just playing the music because we like it, and if other people like it, it's good, So I don't feel any threat or any competing with other bands, That's a more business side, business side, of the scene, and then.
But it must be a great honour that Metallica often mentioned you, and you get to play with them. It's a very kind of weird turn of events, isn't it?
A very nice experience, sure.
So tell us a little bit about the album In the Shadows, Michael. What can listeners expect from it?
It's very much in the same where we left it, with the Don't Break the Oath album. It's very much similar to that, but with a newer sound and better playing, in my opinion.
So why did you feel that you could resurrect Melissa, as it were, and sort of finish that story?
Well, I think that it's a shame that King Diamond isn't present today, but I think that he would probably have told you a very long story about that. But I think he had some very good ideas for writing the lyrics for a new with this Melissa girl. He had some experience with, so
obviously.
Yeah.
Have you updated the lyrics to reflect what's going on in the 90s, do you think?
I think that basically King is writing about the same stuff, but he has kind of toned down the words he was used to use in the 84s, So actually it's about, the same spiritual things going on in the world and everything.
And still very dark and very heavy and very powerful.
Maybe for some people it is probably a little dark, yeah. But otherwise the lyrics are very positive, positive for humankind and everything, yeah.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the live show. What are you going to do with regards to the kind of theatrical side of things?
It's a bit different compared to the King Diamond project, because it was more like a theater, with actors on stage and stuff. We are trying to make it more like a classic type of heavy rock band,
But King's still going to be wearing the makeup?
Yeah, of course. Else there wouldn't be King Diamond.
He's not going to unmask.
No.
So do you think in some ways that Mercyful Fate might have been a little bit ahead of the times? And now that maybe the time is right for people to accept it more?
I don't know if we were ahead of time. So that was what other people told us. But now, we were just doing our music at the time we're doing it. So, and I think that it's maybe good timing for us, because I feel that the more classical heavy metal is kind of coming back, and people want to hear something more melodic, very classical heavy metal things instead of just a lot of energy loading out. So. Of course, we are loading a lot of energy out in our music, but yeah.
Okay, very quickly, your plans for the next few weeks with Mercyful Fate?
For the next few weeks, we're taking a rest, because we went to the States, made the video, the album, and now these shows here. So we take a few weeks off, and then we start planning on the US tour.
Yeah,
American tour.
Yeah, I think we are waiting for our record to be released on the 22nd of June in America and in Europe, and then we have. After that, we are going to book some dates for US and Europe.
Okay.
So that's mainly the plans, yeah.
All right, well, good luck tonight at the Dynamo Festival. Our best wishes to King Diamond to get his voice back for this big event tonight. 50,000 people to play in front of. It's great to see you back together and that you're all feeling really comfortable about it. So good luck with the new album, In the Shadows. And right now, we talked about it. You've got to see it. This is Mercyful Fate live on stage at the Dynamo Festival, headlining.